boys and badass babes. It is your B-A-double-D, Bad Girl of Black Hills, Virgo the Vixen. And as always, hit those likes and subscribe buttons where they're at. Tonight, we are going to be talking about a little bit of a life lesson that I like to call homecoming. Now, what is homecoming? It's usually like an event that schools have to help, celebrate. Because this is the time of year when schools have their homecoming to celebrate their school. At least that's what I think it is. At my school, homecoming usually involved acts of vandalism and lots of drinking. You already see where this video is going. So let's rewind the clock back a few years. Yes, a few years. Back to when I was a senior in high school. And tonight I am going to tell you about the experiences I had for my homecoming as a senior in high school. All right? Now, you have to understand, this was a much different time. There was not social media. There was not the internet like it is today. All right? People couldn't, how can we say this? Get like text message people. We had to coordinate. We had to tell each other what we were going to do in the coordination phase of our little stunt. Now, for the record, please excuse me, we came up with a plan, or a semblance of a plan, or a crime, or 3 or 4, depending on your point of view, after a long, heavy night of drinking. Some of us seniors at a resort of sorts out in the middle of nowhere, right next to a lake, where we planned, or like I said, conspired, depending on your point of view, what we were going to do for homecoming. Now, here's the problem. That was done on the weekend. The following Monday, someone snitched us out, and the principal got up on the PA system. What's a PA system? That's basically where he has a microphone, and it goes throughout the whole school. Yeah, I know it's old, okay? And he let everyone know that, hey, we would all get in trouble if we pulled any shenanigans, any stunts during homecoming week. You know what? Maybe that would work today. But you have to understand, once plans were made, it only encouraged us to go forward with said future plans, when the principal threatened us with, like suspensions, expulsions, and a few other things. Some of us didn't like high school, and so if we could find a way to, get a ticket out, hey, even better. I'm not saying I'm one of them. I'm just saying I know a few people. Anyways, we did 3 things. All right, we weren't going to stop at one. Usually, what we do is we usually do something to the opposing school. And we did have a rival school, and they would do something to us. We'd do something to them. It'd be a homecoming tradition. This year, we decided to do something to the other school, for the record. Here's what we may have or may not have done, depending on statute of limitations in certain states. All right, here's what happened. Someone who looks a lot like me may have gotten access. Somehow, some way, maybe she talked to somebody. Maybe she was dating somebody at the other school. Maybe someone from the other school might have left the gym door open while they were doing something else with said person who looks like me. Anyways, and so, just because the door was open up, does that mean we did anything? Well, that's for you to decide. All I know is the team's, our rival school's mascot may have disappeared and was relocated to a different location that was filled with lime green jello. I don't know how that happened. Seriously. Just because there was a sale on lime green jello does not mean that we did it. There was a lot of people who could have. It was a great sale. Just saying, wasn't us. That's how Tuesday started. Now you're thinking, okay, we got away with it, or allegedly we think we got away with it, whatever the case is. The good news is, you think we're done. We're not done. Remember what the principal, like I said, he may have kind of egged on the next two things. Because if he would have just left it at the one speech on Monday, we may have just left it alone. But he kept reminding us. Tuesday. Then he reminded us Wednesday. Then he reminded us Thursday. And Friday night comes along. Friday night, high school football homecoming game against our team's rival. Which is kind of funny because somehow, someway, again, it was filled with lime green jello and they were somehow not able to quite get it out yet. So only our mascot was on the field. Like I said, don't know how that happened. But anyways, let's digress and get back to the principal. Now, if the principal would have just shut up on Monday, this would not have happened to him. All right? Just for the record, if he would have shut his mouth, he would have been fine. But guess what? He decided to egg on the wrong people. So, it is the homecoming game. Everybody is there. Principal, staff, students, parents, you name it. Teachers, everyone is at the football game. And for the record, did we win? Hell no. Our football team sucked. We lost more than 30 points before halftime. After halftime, the final score was like 40-3. We got trounced, all right? Just saying, it was not our most glorious moment on the football field. But with that being said, what happened next was one of our more glorious homecomings because it has lasted ever since. The principal has pissed some of us off with the continued reminders. You know, this phrase is going to be a lot in my videos. Then we started drinking, I think is a phrase we can all agree leads to something very bad, especially in my videos. So a bunch of us may have had a little bit too many out in the parking lot. Tailgating, for example. Was it illegal? Okay, that's for you to decide. Technically, yes, but hey, the cops didn't say anything, so as far as we're concerned, everyone was having a good time. So, here's what happened. Someone may have had a good friend who owned a forklift. All right? Said friend might have brought the forklift to the tailgating party. And someone with said forklift might have, had some fun with the forklift. Like, for example, lifting the principal's car out the parking pad, carried it, and put it onto the roof of the school. For the record, his car it was like a Geo Metro or some kind of knockoff brand like that. But anyways, his car wasn't that heavy, so he didn't worry about the building roof collapsing. So we gently put it on top in an area where we knew it would be fine. Luckily, we're not like we're engineers here. We're a bunch of drunk-ass teenagers, so I was surprised the car didn't go through, even for being a small little-ass car. It's up there. And then, what did we do next? We took the empty beer cans. We gained access to the school while this is going on, and we made a beer can pyramid in front of the principal's office door. All right. So, to recap, the week started off, we may have acquired the rival team's mascot. It got filled with jello. We don't know how. During the homecoming game, principal's car magically gets up on top of the building. Here is, like I said, a pyramid of beer cans in front of his office door. All right, as you can imagine, the principal was not too thrilled when he thought someone stole his car. However, if he wasn't thrilled before, you can imagine how happy he was when he found his car and how happy he was when it was found. It was on top of the school. If that wasn't bad enough, he sees the pyramid of beer cans. And again, we are drunk-ass teenagers. For the record, we built a perfect beer pyramid, all right? I'm not one to brag, but for some odd reason, someone in our group was actually kind of smart when they got drunk. We just had a bunch on the base, next row, until we hit the top. And that was a full one. Okay, for some odd reason, we wanted to leave the principal a beer too, because hell, we thought he could use one. So anyways, the last can was a full one on top of the pyramid. The principal, the following Monday, calls every senior in. Now, remember, we are not in the era of technology. We do not have, text messaging. We do not have where you can instantly message a group of people all at once. We, as teenagers, have to how can we say this politely? Get the word out, not to rat, because snitches get stitches. And guess what? We were able to do so. It was called word of mouth. What is word of mouth? We go up to a person, we inform them that this is what will happen to you if you snitch on the rest of us. Is it primitive? Yes. Is it efficient? Oh, hell yes, and I'll show you why. So the principal brings us into the theater and starts reading us the riot act. He basically says, if he basically makes the deal, all right, if one rats, hey, look, you won't get punished. Otherwise, the whole entire class is getting punished, and the senior trip is off. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you about the senior trip. You might be thinking it's a great thing. No, it's not. It is to some boring-ass place. I can't remember where we were going. I think to like some stupid cheese factory or something. But anyways, none of us ratted. And there was one person who was notably absent from that little session. And that would have been the person who would have definitely ratted on us. But this person got sick. I don't know how. Not saying anything. All I'm saying is maybe they got the flu from drinking too much with us. Maybe they got, a bad case of food poisoning. I don't know. But my point is, this person wasn't in school for many days and was at home sick during the weekend of said incident, or at least that's what she told the principal. So, let's recap. What is homecoming? Homecoming. I can't even pronounce it because I'm so excited for this. What is homecoming? Some say that's a time to show your school pride. For us, it was to show our ability to vandalize and get away with it. So today's life lessons. Number one, do not vandalize stuff. That is against the law. That is illegal. Is it fun? Yes, it is. Number two, do not perform any, how can we say this politely? If you are going to commit crimes, do not start with a heavy night of drinking. It will only end bad. This was one of the few exceptions, all right? Third, I'm surprised, like a Geo Metro-looking car could actually fit on the top of a roof of a school. Who knew? So, I guess what can I say is, I hope you learned a little bit about something, what to do, not what to do. Anyways, who's your badass babe? Who's your vixen? And bye-bye.